Hello everybody, this video is for 3rd grade. In this video we will learn how to tell time and ask and answer questions about time. We use the phrases what time is it or what is the time to learn the time of the day. You can use whichever one you would like to, as they both have the same meaning. There are two types of clocks. One is an analog clock and it looks like this. The other one is a digital clock which looks like this. Let's have a closer look at an analog clock. As you can see, this clock has numbers from 1 to 12. There are also two hands. These two hands move around the clock in this direction. The short hand tells us the hour. The long hand tells us the minutes. Did you notice the little lines here? These lines show us the minutes. Let's count and write the minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. But we don't write 60, we write 0, 0. Can you see that each of these numbers represent 5 minutes? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. On an analog clock, the 12 means 0 minutes. Another way to say 0 minutes is o'clock. When the long hand points to the 12, we say o'clock. To tell the time, we first look at the short hand. In this picture, the hour hand is pointing at 2. So it must be 2. The minute hand is pointing at 12. So for the question, what time is it? We say it is 2 o'clock. Remember, we first look at the hour hand, then we look at the minute hand. The hour shows in the first numbers on the digital clock. The minutes here are showing us 2 zeros. This is how it looks on a digital clock. Let's look at some more examples. Remember, the shorthand tells us the hour. First we need to look at the hour hand. In this case, the hour hand is pointing at 6. And the minute hand is pointing at 12. So it must be 6 o'clock. What time is it? It is 6 o'clock. Let's look at this example. The hour hand is pointing at 4, so we know that the time of the day is 4. The minute hand is pointing at 12. We know that 12 means 2 zeros. What time is it? It is 4 o'clock. Good job. Let's have a look at another example. The shorthand is pointing at 7, so we know the hour of the day is 7. The minute hand is pointing at 12. We know this means 2 zeros. So, what time is it? It is 7 o'clock. Let's have a look at another example. The shorthand is pointing to 10. So, the hour of the day is 10. The long minute hand is pointing to 12. We know that means o'clock. It is 10 o'clock. Good job. Now that you have learned the basics of telling the time to the full hour, let's continue to look in more detail. Have a look at this analog clock. A clock can be divided into 2 halves. Remember, the hour hands move in this direction. There are 2 hands. The short hand shows us the hour of the day. The long hand shows us the minute. It takes 60 minutes for the minute hand to go all the way around the clock. Look at this line. What is the half of 60 minutes? That's right, 30. It is 30 minutes. So 30 minutes is half of the hour. When the minute hand points to 6, it means 30 minutes have passed. Look at the shorthand. The shorthand is pointing between 4 and 5. So the hour is 4. And the minute hand is 30. This is how it looks on a digital clock, and this is how we write it. It is 4:30. What time is it? It is 4:30. We can also say it is 4:30. 4:30. Let's look at some examples. As you can see, the hour hand is pointing between 10 and 11. We know the hour of the day is 10. The minute hand is pointing to 6. We know this means 30. What time is it? It is 10:30. We can also say it is 10:30. Let's have a look at this clock face. The short hand is pointing between 6 and 7. We know the hour of the day is 6. The minute hand is pointing to 6. We know that means 30. What time is it? It is 6:30. We can also say it is 6:30. Let's have a look at another example. The hour hand is pointing between 3 and 4, so we know the hour is 3. The minute hand is pointing to 6. We know that means it's 30. What time is it? It is 3:30. We can also say it is 3:30. Good job. Let's have a look at another example. The hour hand is pointing between 10 and 11, so we know the hour is 10. The minute hand is pointing to 6. We know that means 30 minutes. So, what time is it? It is 10:30. We can also say it is 10:30. Good job. Now that you have learned to tell the time to the hour and half hour, you are ready to learn how to tell time to the quarter hour. Let's have a look at this clock. Can you see the lines? A clock can also be divided into 4 parts. Each part is called a quarter. Each part is 15 minutes. Let's have a look. Remember, the hands move in this direction. Let's draw an hour hand here on the 4. And let's draw a minute hand on the 3. For the minute hand to come here, starting from here, as you can see, it has moved a quarter of the clock. So we say 4:15. The short hand is pointing at 4. So we know the hour of the day is 4. The minute hand is pointing to 3. We know that means 15 minutes. So, what time is it? It is 4:15. We can also say it is 4:15. Let's look at some more examples. Remember, we divided the clock into 4 parts. Each part is a quarter. Each of these quarters have 15 minutes. Let's look at the time. The hour hand is pointing just after 5. So we know the hour is 5. The minute hand is pointing at 3. The minute hand has moved a quarter of the way, or 15 minutes, around the clock. This means the time is 5:15. We can also say it is 5:15. Let's have a look at this clock face. The shorthand is pointing just after 10. We know the hour is 10 something. The minute hand is pointing to 3. We know that means 15 minutes. On the digital clock it looks like this. We say it is 10:15, but we can also say it is 10:15. Let's continue with some more examples. The shorthand is pointing to 11. We know the hour is 11. The minute hand is pointing to 3. We know that is 15 minutes. On the digital clock it looks like this, 11:15. But we can also say it is 11:15. Let's have a look at another example. The shorthand is pointing just after 8. We know the hour is 8. The minute hand is pointing to 3. We know that is 15 minutes. On the digital clock it looks like this. What time is it? 8:15. We can also say it is 8:15. Now, let's get to the tricky part. Remember, we can divide a clock into 4 parts. Each part is a quarter. Each quarter means 15 minutes. Look at this clock. The hour hand is pointing somewhere between 7 and 8. Remember, the hands move in this direction. So we know the hour is 7. The long hand is pointing at 9. 9 means 45 minutes. So on the digital clock, this would say 7:45. How many minutes later will it be 8 o'clock? Yes, 15 minutes. There are 15 minutes to it to be 8. So another way we can say is it's 7:45. What time is it? It is 7:45 or 7:45. Let's look. So here the hour hand is between 12 and 1. It's not 1 o'clock yet. The hour is 12. So on the digital clock we write 12. The minute hand is pointing to 9. It shows us 45 minutes. What time is it? It is 12:45. We can also say it is 1:45. Let's continue. The hour hand is pointing between 5 and 6. We know this means the hour is 5. The minute hand is pointing to 9. We know that means 45 minutes. What time is it? It is 5:45. Another way we can say this is it is 5:45. Let's look at our last example. The hour hand is pointing between 4 and 5. We know the hour is 4. The minute hand is pointing to 9. We know that means 45 minutes. So, what time is it? 4:45. Another way we can say this is it is 4:45. Great job. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you next time. Goodbye.